welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sierra, and today I am going to be sharing with you guys how I am traveling to Mexico on a budget. So the first thing that I need to do is book some flights. I've already booked my room and everything. If you watched a previous video, I did that in that video. So now I just need flights, and I kind of feel like I screwed myself a little bit because I'm flying out of Charlotte, North Carolina to Cancun, and when I first booked the trip, the flights were like right at $300, but as you may or may not know, we are moving soon, and I wasn't sure if we were going to be moved by the time that this trip took place. I didn't want to buy flights out of Charlotte and then take the chance of us not even being on this side of the country, so I held off a little bit. And now with the current state of the world and the gas prices and fuel prices and everything are through the roof, airlines have also been affected by that. So now what was a $300 flight is closer to $500, $600, $700 depending on which flights I choose. And to be honest, I just don't want to spend that kind of money because I'm already spending money to go on this trip and we have to save money to move. So I thought it would be a fun little video to share with you guys how I am saving money and how I'm flying on a budget. Okay, so the first thing that I have to do is go on to Google Flights. That's where all the flights show for the places that I'm going and the dates that I'm going. So I went ahead and typed in from Charlotte to Cancun, April 22nd to April 25th, because those are the days that we're going to be there. One person, round trip, just basic economy, nothing fancy or anything. So I'm going to go ahead and click the options that I want. And as you can see over here on the right hand side, it shows you how much these flights cost round trip, shows you how long the flight is, if there's any layovers, all that good stuff for every airlines. As you can see right here, there's Spirit and American. If you keep scrolling down, you get some Frontier and Delta, but I'm trying to take the earliest flight possible. One, because they're the cheapest, and two, because I want to get there as early as I can so that I can enjoy the day and not be stuck traveling all day and wasting a whole day. So I'm just going to go ahead and click this one with Spirit. It does leave at 6:20 a.m., but I don't really mind that because it gets there at 11 a.m. and then I have the whole day that I can just enjoy and relax with friends and whatever else. And I know that some people have issues with Spirit. I personally have never flown Spirit, but everyone I know has said that it's not that big of a deal. There is a little bit less space and you don't have like the screen to look at, but I don't use that anyway. I always have stuff downloaded on my phone or my computer to watch, so I'm not super worried about that. And honestly, right now I'm just trying to do this on a budget. So this one does not include bags, so I will have to buy that extra, but from what I looked at, I think it's between $35 and $45, so not a huge deal, and still cheaper than these flights down here, even with baggage added. And again, I will be getting there at 11 a.m. There is one layover, but it's only right at 2 hours. So I'm just gonna go ahead and click this one for my flight there, and then on the flight back, it only gives me these two options for Spirit, and I don't want to do these flights on the way back because they are leaving rather early and they have pretty long layovers. So what I'm gonna do is go in and search for one-way tickets each way, and I know this because I've done it already, but I'm doing it again for the sake of this video. And as a travel agent, I have to do research like this all the time to figure out what the best price is and things like that. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go in here and click one way so that it will only show me the flight there, and then I can go in and buy a separate ticket on the way back. Little tidbit here, sometimes it is cheaper to buy two one-way tickets than it is to buy a round-trip flight. Not always, but sometimes. So as you can see here, as a one-way, this same exact flight, same layover and everything, is only $163 plus the baggage, which will be at most 50 bucks, so right at $200. So I'm gonna go ahead and click that, and then I can go ahead and buy it on Spirit for this price. Also, another little tidbit, Spirit does charge a processing fee if you order online. So if you have an airport near you, I suggest going to the counter to buy it because you don't have to pay those fees. Usually saves you about 20 bucks each way, so about $40 round trip. Some people don't care about saving that kind of thing, especially if your airport is far, but for me it's not, and I'm actually going to do that today, so I will bring you guys along for that. I'm looking at this one, it's $163 to get there, and then if I go back and do the opposite way and change the date, so my flight back to Charlotte, I can go in and choose between any of these flights. And personally, all of these flights are a little early for me. The people that I'm going with, all of their flights don't leave till about 2 o'clock. So I'm actually gonna scroll down, and as you can see here, this flight is 4:22 to 8:22. It's a non-stop flight. It is $467, but it's the perfect time for me, and this is kind of what I was wanting to go with, but it doesn't offer me that for a round trip. So there are a couple of options when it comes to buying this flight. As you can see, it's $467. I could go on American's website and buy it, but I'm gonna show you another trick. So if you are not familiar with Rakuten, I will leave my referral link down in the description. You can sign up, and I believe when you make your first purchase, you get $30 cash back. Basically, this website gives you cash back on hundreds and hundreds of stores. This is not sponsored, by the way. It gives you cash back on hundreds of stores when you shop online. So one that I personally love to use with traveling and airlines and stuff like that is One Travel right here. So you can get up to $25 back. I will say for right now, when you book flights, you only get $9 back, but that's still $9 that you're getting back. So as you can see, I had already went in here at one point and looked for my round trip flight to see if I could get it a little cheaper, but I couldn't. So now I'm just gonna go in and do my one-way from Cancun to Charlotte on April 25th, One Traveler, and then search. And it's gonna bring up the exact same thing as Google Flights, but on this you are able to use some coupons. So it has all of the Spirit flights. I didn't want any of those, so I'm gonna scroll down and find the American Airlines. So as you can see right here, it's already cheaper. So on One Travel through Rakuten, it's $350.99 versus on American's website where it's $467. So that's already over $100 cheaper. So I'm just gonna go ahead and select this one, and then it'll show you up here in the top right hand corner that there were 5 coupons found. So if you just hit apply coupons, it will go through every single coupon that they have. It will automatically run them, and then at the end of those, it will add on whichever one saves you the most money. And I have already done this, as I mentioned, so I'm gonna actually give you a couple more little promo codes that usually work for me and may get you a little bit more money off. Every dollar counts in my opinion, and like I said, you're already getting money back, so you might as well save more money. So this one is showing this coupon saved me $5, and I have already done this. I'm not gonna upgrade just because I already know that I'm going. I'm not gonna super worry about it. I may regret that later. As a travel agent, that is like completely opposite of what I preach to everybody, but for me, it's gonna just have to work. So I'm actually gonna remove this and show you some other promo codes that we use. So as you can see, I have them all saved right here. So Group 40, I believe this one is only $5. One of these other ones is only $5. PayPal 60. So this one's actually $10, and I know that the other one is only $5. So the other one I use is Honey 60, I believe, or Honey 40. And that one was also only $5 when I tried earlier. So right now, this is taking $10 off of the already $100 cheaper price. And I'm also getting $9 cash back once I make the purchase. So this total price comes out to $340.99 versus the $467 that we talked about earlier. So all I have to do is go down here, put in my information, and I will get to choose my seats and everything, and then I will buy it. So I'm actually gonna wait until I get home to buy it, but I just wanted to show you guys that to start off because I've already done a lot of research on how to get the cheapest flights. I've been tracking it with the Hopper app, but on Hopper it was like $470, I think. So this is still cheaper, so that's why I wanted to share it with you guys. So again, just for a recap, you go to Rakuten. I will link my referral code down in the description. You go there, you can sign up for an account, and then if you search One Travel, it will take you to onetravel.com. You can search for flights, hotels, cars, all that kind of stuff, but I personally just use it for flights just because I am a travel agent. We don't get discounts on flights, so this is what I have found to work the best for me. So I'm gonna buy this later. It's $341, and then as I mentioned, the Spirit flight online was $163, but I'm gonna go to the airport. It's only about 30 minutes for me. See if I can get it a little bit cheaper, and I'm gonna bring you guys along. So I will see you on the way to the airport. Alright, so I just got back in my car from going in the airport, and I didn't get the penny fare that I was hoping for, but I did get a discounted rate, so I will share all of that with you once I get back home. Alright, so back from the airport now, and I just kind of wanted to go over all the things that I'm doing to get this flight. I know I went over a little bit of it at the beginning of the video. Basically, what I'm doing is buying 2 one-way flights, and when you buy with Spirit, you can go to the airport and buy tickets for cheaper than you can online. So as I showed earlier when I was looking on Google Flights, it shows that it's $163 for the one-way from Charlotte to Cancun, one layover in Orlando for about 2 hours, okay? So that's a little bit deceiving because I forgot to mention this. So once you click on like book with Spirit on Google Flights, it'll take you to Spirit's website for you to purchase it. And when you buy tickets on Spirit's website, they do charge you extra fees. So I just pulled this up so I could show you guys. So when you go on Spirit's website, for me to buy that same exact flight on Spirit's website that showed on Google Flights as $163, it's actually $193. So this price right here is for the Savers Club, and I'm honestly not 100% sure what that is, but I don't think that that is me. So for the flight I wanted, it was going to be $193.93. And while that's not a bad price, I wanted to see if I could get it cheaper. So the airport, as I mentioned, is only about 30 minutes from us. So I went up there, and at first there was no one standing at the ticket counter. So I was like, I just drove up here for no reason. But then someone came up and she was like, can I help you? And I was like, yeah, I was just looking to buy a penny fare. And she was like, what's that? And there are some workers that maybe new, they don't know what it is. So I told her, I was like, basically it's where I buy it here and it's a penny, but I know it's not available for every flight. So that's why I was coming to check. So she went and got a supervisor because she did let me know that she was new, and the supervisor looked it up and she was like, we don't have a penny fare, but we do have something that's cheaper than what it's showing online. So I was like, perfect, let's do that. So I paid for it at the counter. She took my name, my email, all that good stuff, and basically she just purchased it for me. Like, obviously I paid for it, but she's the one that rang it all up and everything. So grand total of my one-way ticket from Charlotte to Cancun, originally online $193.93, and I got it for $147.95. As you can see up here, the fare itself was only $46, and then the taxes and fees are what kind of get you, which was $101.95, but that's still not bad considering online it was $193. So I got this ticket for $147.95, so that's a savings of about 50 bucks. And to me, 50 bucks is a big deal. So I will say I did not purchase my bag. So with Spirit, you do have to purchase a carry-on bag. Like I said, I didn't do that yet, but I'm gonna do that at the airport. Again, it's cheaper to do it at the airport than it is online. Just from my experience, it may be different for everybody, but from my experience, it's cheaper to do it that way. So yeah, basically this flight cost $46, and then the taxes and fees are what just added to it. But I didn't get charged the online booking fee, which like I said is about 20 bucks. So now I'm gonna go in and I have to buy my flight back from American, which I already showed you guys is gonna be that $350.99. I do it through Rakuten and One Travel. And then once I buy that, we will kind of come back and figure out exactly how much this trip is costing me. So once you get past putting in all your information, it's going to ask you to select your seat. And as you can see right here, the only thing that's left is main cabin extra and preferred standard seat. And if you scroll over them, it'll show you how much extra it's going to cost. And I almost did this, but if you scroll down, you just hit skip seat selection, they'll choose for you. If I was flying with other people, then maybe I would want to select my seat, but it's just me by myself and I don't really care that much. It's just like a 2-hour flight, I think. So I don't mind who I sit next to. It's not going to be very long and it's going to be pretty late in the afternoon. I'm going to be tired. I'm probably just going to be on my phone anyway, so I didn't elect to do that, but that's totally personal preference. This is how I'm continuing to get a lower rate because I didn't add that extra seat choosing fee or whatever you want to call it. So I didn't do that. Not choosing a flexible ticket. I'm also just getting the standard, so I don't get to cancel for free or anything. I don't get a support package as they call it. So I'm just skipping right down all of this stuff, all these extra things you can pay for. I'm not doing that, and I'm just continuing to payment. You can also apply for a One Travel credit card and save $50 on this purchase. I'm personally not going to do that because I don't need another credit card, but if you wanted to save some more money, that's always an option. Okay, so both of my tickets are now purchased and I want to do a little bit of a cost breakdown. I will just go ahead and preface this by saying, you know, I'm not saving like hundreds of dollars by any means, but to me, any dollar that I can save is worth it, especially if you are someone that travels a lot. If you're going to be traveling regardless of the cost, you might as well go ahead and get it at the discounted price. Okay, so as I already mentioned, my ticket from Spirit, if I would have bought it online, was $193.93. However, I bought it for $147.95, and that saved me a total of $45.98 on my flight from Charlotte to Cancun. Now, the next thing is I did 2 one-way flights because the times for the flight back from Cancun that I was given when I was doing the round trip were not great times. They were early in the morning and I didn't want that. So that's the reason that I did a one-way flight there and a one-way flight back instead of choosing a flight that I didn't really want. So with that being said, on American Airlines website, the ticket that I wanted was $335.83. Okay, so I bought it for $340.99, and you're probably thinking, well, that's more expensive than if you would have just bought it through American, and it is. However, because I bought it through One Travel and Rakuten, I got $9 cash back. So really, in hindsight, I only got about $4 back, but that's still $4 in my eyes, because with me buying it on One Travel, I paid $340.99 versus $335.83. But with my $9 back, I technically am only paying $331.99. So that's about a $4 difference, as I mentioned, which again, not a lot, but every dollar counts. So in total, I spent $147.95 for my flight from Charlotte to Cancun. My flight back from Cancun to Charlotte was $331.99. So that brings me to a total of $479.94. So that gives me a total savings if I would have bought it, you know, one way through Spirit's website and a one way through American Airlines website. That saved me, because I didn't do that, because I did the couple extra steps to go through Rakuten and get the cash back and drive 30 minutes to the airport to get the discount. I ended up saving a total of $49.82. And again, some people are gonna be like, all that work is not worth it, but to me, it was only a 30-minute drive to the airport. I was in and out. It was pretty quick, and to do the cash back, you get cash back, so why not do it, even if it's only a couple dollars, because they just send you a check in the mail. And if you don't use Rakuten regularly, I will put my link in the description down below, so that when you make your first purchase, I believe you get $30 cash back instantly. So you can try that, and then like I said, they just send you a check every month for everything that you have gotten cash back from using them. They also have a lot of coupons you can use. So yes, right at $50 is not a whole lot, but in the grand scheme of things, if you're doing this all the time, $50 here, $50 there, that's gonna save you hundreds and hundreds of dollars over a period of time. And to me, that's worth it. And to me, even if I've only saved $1, it would have been worth it. So I'm not mad at it. I'm excited. I'm super excited that everything is booked and I don't have to wait anymore. Thank God. So with that being said, I'm going to end out this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this helped you guys. If you have other questions or anything, any other videos on money saving tips you'd like me to do, comment them down below, and I will see you guys back here next time.